Hello, this is T-Band, and I'm outside. Part of the reason I wanted to make a video, make a recording, is that I've been feeling like I don't want to make a recording, and I think it's a matter of feeling like I'm not well prepared to talk, which I may not be. But I can't let that stop me from making videos, especially if the videos have value. I guess this is an important video because I'm talking about Facebook marriage in this video. We've had marriage ever since Bible days, and oftentimes people in a small community would marry, and there was no marriage certificate from the state. And these days we have marriage certificates where the state wants to keep, where the state recognizes a marriage, certifies it. You know, sometimes something can be real and authentic, and then you go to get it certified, and this is a document by a certifying body that says we've looked into the situation and we feel this is an authentic product. Well, maybe a marriage certificate is the certification of something that can be real and authentic of a marriage, even though it's not certified. And I came up with the idea of Facebook marriage, where you get on Facebook and say that you're marrying this other person, and this other person gets on Facebook and says they're marrying you. And if the father of the bride wants to get on Facebook and says that he gives his daughter in marriage, his daughter's hand in marriage to this groom, then that can be done as well. And there will be many people in the Christian community that might prefer to have father's approval. Well, so all parties involved get on Facebook and declare their intentions to marry and their understanding of what marriage is. The coming together of two people in union. Says that the woman is not of the man. The man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. That's found in the Apostle Paul's writing in 1 Corinthians chapter 11. In 1 Corinthians. is the first epistle or letter to the Corinthians in the 11th chapter. And in Genesis, the first book of the Bible, in the first few chapters, we find a statement, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and cleave unto his wife, or hold fast to his wife, and they two shall be one flesh." And with the passage in 1 Corinthians 11, I will say that they two are one flesh, and it's the man's flesh that the woman becomes one with the man, and one flesh with him, that's his flesh. Not sure where to go from here. But that's the basic idea, is that people can get married without obtaining a marriage certificate. And the common law permitted that also. The common law recognized marriages as valid even without a marriage certificate, and officiator of a marriage. Just people people representing themselves as married was sufficient to constitute a marriage. And a person could sue from divorce from a marriage. So there might be advantages to Facebook marriage. Now, that was my idea, by the way, of using Facebook, but there could also be a website made, a marriage website, where people register their marriages. And one thing you want with a marriage is you want it to be public and become public knowledge that two people are married, because sometimes marriages split up, people get divorced, and sometimes people don't want to marry divorced people. And it'd be nice to, when you meet a woman, find out if she's been married and get a true answer for those people. And then if she has been married, um, considering that Jesus stated that whoso marries a woman that is divorced or put away from her husband commits adultery. Person would have to decide, if they were thinking about marrying a divorced woman, whether they wanted to commit adultery. The Old Testament law permitted a man to write a bill of divorcement and give it to his wife and send her away, and when she is gone away, she can go and be another man's wife. If she did go be another man's wife, she wasn't supposed to go back to her former husband, because that would have been particularly a wrong thing to do. And the Old Testament allowed that. Jesus may not be saying it's not allowed, but he may be making a true statement that was true at the time of the Old Testament and still true in his time, that the marrying of a divorced woman is by nature adultery, and that's just a simple truth. Well, this has been a pretty good talk so far, after all. And this Facebook marriage idea, you're really creating a connection, a link between two people, and it's expandable, it's flexible, it's expandable to a link with multiple people. Like, you can form a link with multiple people, multiple different people, and since it's just two people deciding what to do and declare something, men could form links together, or women, and then they could state the terms of that link, like what the expected outcome is, what the understandings are about what the nature of the link. Polygamy involves one person having multiple spouses, and this could be accomplished with Facebook marriage. The state of Oklahoma has a constitutional section that says that polygamy is forever forbidden. But I don't know that that would stand as a good law. Now, the state doesn't have to give marriage licenses or marriage certificates to anybody if they don't want to, but people can get on the internet or any kind of message board, but the internet's a nice one, and make a public record of their union without going through the state. And I guess it's further expandable and flexible to having not just the link between two, but multiple people signing up for a group, associating themselves under certain terms of that group, and committing themselves to being a member of that group. So, and then that group could have its own terms. Well, I think young people might benefit from Facebook marriage. Young people may have a feeling that marriage is unobtainable, and they'd like to be with another person. They'd like to be married, but that would involve going to the courthouse, finding out what's involved in obtaining a marriage certificate or a marriage license, having a wedding ceremony, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to have a marriage ceremony. I think that's a big part of social customs. I don't know why young people are not getting married these days. They're together, but they're not married. With this option of Facebook marriage, maybe that will be attractive to a lot of people. As a Christian uncle or relative, I would have a hard time supporting two people living together, unmarried, and I wouldn't encourage the union because I know it's wrong. And the best thing those two people can do is to stop. The relationship, or change it to just friends or even romantic friends. But if I felt that these two people have gone through the effort of declaring a marriage on Facebook or some other in some other way, shown that that's what they really intend to have, and it's kind of locked in there where they can't say, oh, that was never really a marriage, or if they do, that others can say, well, now I thought it was a marriage, or I'm going to recognize it as a marriage. If the two people that go to the trouble to attempt to have a marriage, then as a Christian relative, I would support it, and I would tell the people, I would give counseling and perhaps financial assistance, or spend time with them and try to encourage their love and help their relationship be smoother. Well, I think there is somewhat of a problem with Facebook marriage, that it's too volatile, too easy to delete posts and remove the record. But at the same time, let's say you're a young person in school, all your friends will know about this marriage that you've gotten involved in, and so there will be a past. All the people that you know that are a part of your life will be aware of your attempted marriage if you do divorce, and then the people that need to know do know. And so you wouldn't have, like, if you're still in school, around other people that you're commonly, everybody knows everybody else, you wouldn't be able to marry and divorce and marry and divorce, and or marry multiple, or even without divorcing, marry multiple people without being that your people you're around knowing about it.